Long ago, a wise old man arrived at a distant village. He was always accompanied by an eagle, which was strange since these birds were not known to be friendly towards humans. Nevertheless, the old man and the eagle were always seen together in every place. The villagers commented that the man was extremely wise and that he was famous throughout the region for his great teachings. However, the sage was very humble, so he stayed in an abandoned barn with the eagle. People became curious and started to approach to look from a distance, but the sage hardly looked at them, only the bird remained attentive. As a result, the inhabitants of that place started to bring food and offer shelter, as they were very unprotected. The sage and the eagle gratefully accepted the help. One night, a farmer approached the place where the sage and the eagle were resting and woke the sage up. The sage asked the visitor if he could help him with something. The farmer sat in front of the sage and confessed that he had a question to ask him. He said that people had told him that the sage was a very wise man and he wanted to know if he could answer his question. The sage replied that no one is so wise as to answer everything, but if he could help him, he would. The farmer then said that he wanted to know how to open the doors of heaven and how to close the doors of hell. He wanted to have access to heaven but never go to hell, so he needed to know how to open and close the doors to avoid that. The sage and the eagle listened attentively when the farmer finished speaking. The sage told him that his question was the most foolish one. He said that it is possible to see that the farmer was a completely ignorant man. When he heard this, the farmer became furious and wanted to hit the old sage, but the eagle prevented him from doing so. The farmer then realized that the sage was blind and the eagle was his guide. He felt immense shame for having wished to attack him and his anger dissipated. He just felt compassion for that old, defenseless man. He asked for forgiveness. Then, that old sage told him that anger had opened the doors of hell for him and compassion had opened the doors of heaven. The moral of the story is that the same happens with us. How many times do we let anger guide us and miss great opportunities in life? That sage lived most of the time alone, just him and the eagle, in a state of calm. There is a phrase that says, the fewer friends a person has, the more time they have to be alone and the happier they become. Reflect on this.